friends. I am going to play around with the new math program Reveal inside the dashboard of the McGraw-Hill platform they gave us to use. So as I go in here, we're getting ready to start Unit 3 on this calendar block here. These are things I've assigned to kids. So I'll see how they're doing real quick. We have a test today on volume, so it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 kids did the online review. It's the same exact review that's in there. We call them the SEB, the Student Edition book. But you can see this child right here. This is her work. I could go through and see how she did. And it looks like it's grading. This is all new to me, so it's grading mostly everything. All right, so I can see what she got wrong. And then I could award points. So I'm just going to give her 3 points for doing it because she did her homework, right? So I'm not really grading right or wrong. I can see that all day, every day. If I really wanted to kind of, sift through everything and look at each problem, I could, but it looks like you can switch kids and just take a look at their homework that way. All right, so let's go back to the dashboard. And that was just looking at the calendar, some things that are due. But what we're trying to do in 5th grade is we're trying to be really prepared for the lessons day in and day out. So it looks like for Unit 3, there's 5 lessons, a fluency practice, and a review. So 1, 2, so there's 5, 6, 7, 8 days of instructions and activities. I think when we planned for these units, we counted each one of these as pretty much like a day. So you have a little bit of wiggle room. I think we're doing 3 lessons next week and then 2 the following and then testing. But what we're trying to do now is we're trying to do packets for learning centers. So we're going to expand all. If you expand all, you can see everything that it has, which is kind of a lot. It looks like 40 things, which is completely overwhelming. And then we figured out what we want to put in the presentation on the view board. You just click this over, right? So what do we want to present? So I don't want to do the teacher edition. I don't want to do that. We had a little list of the things that we liked a lot, which of course I can't put my finger on right now. But let's see here. On my own, we like to put in there because that's what the kids have to do on their own. I love these videos. It's like a math replay, generalized place value. So they're like 3 or 4 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and you can just play it as you're getting ready to teach your lesson, and it's really spot on. These are also really good for kids that are absent, right? Or a reteach at the end if you need a breather. These exit slips. If you assign it, it shows up on their dashboard. So let me throw one of those in there. I usually make the due date. I just push that back, right? Allow for late submissions. It's like a 3-question quiz or 3 points. So I'll assign that. So that'll show up on their dashboard. But most people probably like the PDF version. So if you click on this, You just print that out, right? We've been trying to print them out for every day so that we can give it to the kids for either in class or for homework. Let's see. What else do I want to put in my presentation? The game, that's the paper version. The digital version. The spiral review, I think I'm going to sign that. That's for decimal fractions. I'll allow late submissions on those. It says they're worth 10. All right. We want to start doing more of those spirals. So assign that. We were actually talking about making the spirals another learning center for either partner work or independent work. So I'm going to grab that PDF version too. If you ever assign something digitally and decide you want to do it, paper and pencil, you can just delete the assignment and tell the students not to worry about it. So we'll print that out. You got to pick the right printer. Sorry, Monica. All right. Close that. And what else do I want to put in the presentation? Put that in. These STEM adventures, we don't have these. We didn't purchase these. Only the pilot people will have these. It's really kind of high-end group work. This could be stuff for gifted students if they're really into STEM and math. You could put it in your presentation. We talked about maybe ordering that for everybody next year. We didn't know we didn't get it this year until recently. But let's see what else. Here's your. I think this is all the ELL resources. All right. So basically, put that to the presentation. Also, click on that. Let's print this one out. Oh, that's the answer key. I don't want to print that. I'll print one. All right. Close that. So then when you click present, right, I added 12 things to my tray, resource 1 of 12. So if I want to go through everything I put in, I just click, this resource, next resource. We said we kind of like this one because you could make it, different size and zoom in on your view board, right? And not be overwhelmed with too much information at once. Okay. This is the print student edition here. And then this open tray is a pretty cool feature. You can just scroll through here and look at everything you added. And you can also rearrange the order of your tray. It doesn't seem to be working right now, but you can kind of drag and drop these in different orders. Or just kind of scroll back and forth on this toolbar here and pick what you want. Here's a sample of the game. See if it works. Close the tray, play. I noticed some of these games you have to use the touch. All right, so that works. Close that. All right, so this is kind of looking at the dashboard, looking at the lesson, looking at all the resources. I like to use this expand all. And differentiate is where I really wanted to go next. We want to print all the reinforces as a packet for a center for the kids that need the extra practice, right? And then I'm going to close this. And you want to print all of the extends. Here's the extend PDFs. Those are blue. So think of like the blue is for the enrich or extend. I'm not really comfortable saying how challenging it is yet because we've only really done one unit. If they're not as challenging as the math and focus, enrichment remains to be seen. Or if the reinforce are a good fit, drawing the connection to the old math and focus program, we think of them like the reteach, right? So we had kids we always gave the extends, the enrichments to. We had kids we always provided the reteaches to. We're trying to just make sense of this and draw those connections between the two curriculums. So we're using the reteach for the students that maybe have IEP goals related to math, or tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 type supports. A lot of tier 2 kids would be probably a good fit for the reinforces, and then your kids that love the math might be a good fit for these STEM adventures or these extend your thinkings. All right. Hope this helps a little bit. Have a great day.